Hey, HT. Yeah, what are you doing? Hmm. The HT's about to present his first proof of God. Well, take it away then, HT. All right. The HT's first proof of God. Because we should stop all scientific endeavors immediately. There was an ad for a new show called The Hot Zone. HT thinks it was about the anthrax scare and how dangerous biological weapons can be. The fact that they can be, them being biological weapons, extremely dangerous, especially hits home nowadays with this corona bug going around. And one of the things that caught HT's attention about the ad was it saying something about being 100% lethal. So that's how HT got to the point of the big rub. The big rub being that it is inevitable in the HT's MHO that science will create a superbug that is basically 100% contagious and 100% lethal. And that this bug will inevitably fall into the wrong hands and be the cause of the extinction of the human race. And if science does not kill us in this way, then it will by the development of super nukes, hyper killer robots, or some other extreme technological advancement. Therefore, HT coming to the almost certain conclusion that science will eventually produce something that will kill off humanity posed a question to himself. The HT asked if we should just immediately stop all scientific endeavors. But upon pondering this, HT came up with his first proof of God. The HT, finding himself pondering about what to do about scientific research, saw just how powerless science really is. How if humanity decided to do no more science tomorrow, then no more science would be done. And how it was not science that we used to come to this conclusion, but our values system. Our values system, a realm outside of science, a realm of oughts. Ought we continue science, even with the high probability that it will destroy us? Are future potential scientific breakthroughs worth it? Now, because we did not come up with these questions or will be able to answer them through science, these questions and answers, therefore, are of a fundamentally different substance than what science deals with. And since science deals with matter and all things material, the realm of the ought must be immaterial. Basically, HT rediscovered David Hume's statement that one cannot get a not from an is. Here, science is the is, involved in only facts of the matter, facts about how and why matter works and does what it does. And the ought realm is the ought, which is involved in what to do with the knowledge that science gives us about the material world. Here is where the materialist scientists will object, however. They will say that all there is matter and that there is no proof of anything else. Furthermore, they will say that since everything is matter, science will eventually find out what arrangements of matter create HT's supposed ought realm. So they say that eventually they'll find the arrangements of matter that make up HT's ought realm. Well, the HT's skeptical, but let us continue. Okay. So as for the first materialistic objection, that all there is matter, this is ridiculously false. It is now believed that only 5% of the universe is made up of matter, and everything else is made up of two things that are not matter. Not matter. And these things being called dark energy and dark matter. And when HT says not matter, HT means literally not matter. That these two substances are immaterial, meaning that they are not made up of the protons, electrons, and neutrons that we are used to dealing with in everyday life. So they are totally different things of some sort. Now, as for the second claim, that science will eventually reveal what arrangements of matter can create oughts, HT will show why this is an impossible task, just like alchemy was an impossible task of the past. Now, matter can be arranged in quite spectacular ways. There is no doubt about that. It can be arranged to create skyscrapers, aircraft carriers, parks, cell phones. But HT does not believe it capable of creating oughts. The materialists may here say that science has already created ought systems, like robots that act a certain way depending on the situation. But HT will say that these are not oughts from is scenarios, but simply if-then programming code. A section of code that says, if in this situation, then react this way. But why is this not sufficient to be considered an ought? Because here the robot is just following the program. And with true ought actions, the agent has an actual understanding of why it is doing what it is doing. And when viewed honestly, it is obvious that no kind of code will ever be able to give a mechanism an understanding of why it does what it does. The ought realm is not limited to simple oughts, though. There is more to it than why we ought or not ought do something. It is quite an expansive realm that also holds within it abstract concepts such as mercy. Now the HT asks, how could one program a robot to have mercy? One could input a if-then statement that says after you have killed 100 people, stop, so that then you could be considered merciful. But is this really mercy? In the ought realm, wants and happiness also reside. Your granddaughter is going to spend the night with you this colder than usual weekend, and you want her to have a fantastic time. What arrangement of matter can make its mechanism want or yearn for something? Like you want for your granddaughter to have a fantastic time. She arrives, and you quickly put her in the new cozy pajamas that you bought and wrap her in her favorite fuzzy blankie. Then you put on the new kids movie that just came out while you go and get the hot chocolate. You do all this so that she can be happy. Please tell HT how you configure matter so that it will want to make other matter happy. You cannot. In this scenario, you require the realm of oughts so that its playing out makes sense. In a universe devoid of oughts, you would simply have clumps of matter interacting with each other according to the laws of physics. But as we have seen in the previous scenarios, there is vastly more going on than the interaction of matter. Therefore, the universe must be made up of more than mere matter. Finally, the realm of oughts is the place where other more spiritual ideas reside, such as righteousness, virtue, and morality. So it can overly be viewed as the religious realm. So it seems that HT has once again stumbled upon an old theme. This time the theme is of Stephen Jay Gould's two non-overlapping magisteria of science and religion. The HT will take some issue with Gould, however, in that the HT believes them to overlap. The HT believes that they do overlap, with HT taking the position that in the overlapping, the ought realm holds the reins. It has dominion. For, if not for the ought realm's curiosity, there would be no science. If not for the ought world's wants and yearnings, there would be no scientific breakthroughs or revolutions. But how does this demonstrate that the universe is how does this demonstration that the universe is made of two distinct realms bring us to a first proof of God? Well, let us look back into the ought realm. It is made up of primarily abstract concepts or things of mind. But these concepts and ideas are located in individuals. So you have immaterial ought stuff embodied in individual bodies. This is basically the definition of a soul. And the type of ought realm concepts the soul holds are things like virtue, righteousness, and morality, which seem more in line with religious themes than materialistic themes. And so you have bodily encased souls that hold religious ideas, which seems to point to a more God-constructed universe than a non-God constructed one. Well, that's it for HT's first proof of God, folks. The HT really hopes you enjoyed it and will follow him as he pumps out more and more proofs for the existence of God in the future. This is HT signing off.